To the ones with muscles, because the muscles are covering it up. This is the part that's attached to those lungs. This is the what? What is this thing called? We learned about it today. Trachea. Awesome. And under the trachea, we learned about this.
Esophagus?
Yeah, is a muscular tube called the esophagus. Let me pull the connective tissues off so you can see the muscular tube. Do you see the esophagus? Okay, you should be able to see that. It's actually pinned in a cat, I think, in the back that way. That one in the back of the classroom. Okay? So trachea, esophagus. Okay? You need to know those two things as well. And then you also will need to know the really large blood vessels in and out of the heart. Okay? 4 of them. They're on the back side of this page. You already know, like, the facial veins, the transverse jugular veins, external jugular vein. Okay. Coming into the heart from above, there is a really obvious, and we're only doing veins, a really obvious blue vein. Everybody see it here?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And what would we call that in the human? We call it the superior vena cava. In the cat, we are going to call it something a little different. We're going to call it, because this isn't superior, this is anterior, the anterior vena cava. Okay, this big one coming down into the heart. Anterior. But if you say superior by mistake, I'm not going to mark you off. Okay? And then, yeah, because you're trying to learn about the human anyway. See the big blood vessel coming into the heart from below the heart? I got to pull this stuff off because this is part of that phrenic nerve, diaphragm nerve. See? Whoop, there goes the phrenic nerve. See this one better now? This tube, this blue tube? No, because my arm's in the way. Hello. Okay, now do you see the tube?
Yes.
Yay. Okay. So this blue tube is draining everything below the heart. This one is called the what in the human? Inferior vena cava. And in the cat we call it posterior, but inferior is okay if you screw up. You know what I mean? It's fine. Okay? Draining into the superior in the human, anterior in the cat vena cava, we have 2 blood vessels that form a Y shape up here. Okay? They look Y-shaped together with that anterior vena cava. Brachiocephalics. Why do I really need you to know them? What does the lymph drain back into? Subclavians, just over here. So when you put the jugular and the subclavian together, you get brachiocephalics. Everything in the head and neck, okay? Right brachiocephalic vein, left brachiocephalic vein. Next test, we're going to do all the arteries. Right now, we're doing the veins, okay? So yeah, right brachiocephalic, left brachiocephalic, they take all the jugular stuff and all the stuff from the arm and drain it back to the heart. The inferior vena cava drains everything below the heart. How about the thoracic cavity? What do you think? I have one I didn't teach you before in class, but it's here. It's called the azygos vein. And so what you're doing is you're looking on the right side near the ribs for this big vein, and look where it goes. It goes right to that anterior vena cava. Isn't that cool? So it's draining stuff at the heart to above the heart. So at or above the heart drains into this one. Below the heart drains into this one. Okay? Blood vessels are actually pinned on that cat in the back. Okay? And you can see them on this cat as long as you use not nasty gloves. Okay?
The last one you mentioned, the
azygos. You got to lift up the lungs to look for it. You're going to have trouble doing that because the way the cat's plastinated. There's only so much flexibility. You'll start ripping it if you pull too hard on it.